Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will cover previous year questions and its solution. Questions are from SSC JEE exam, ISRO Technical Assistant exam and from other PSU exams. This is part 9 of this series. First question, in a Carnot cycle operating between 200 degrees Celsius and minus 20 degrees Celsius, if the system receives 90 kilojoule from the source, then the net work done is equal to how much? So, Carnot cycle, we know efficiency of Carnot cycle, it's equal to 1 minus T minimum by T maximum. It's a reversible cycle, it's equal to W net by, we know efficiency equal to work done by heat supplied. Q SUP is heat supplied. So T minimum is how much? Minus 20 degrees Celsius in Kelvin, 253 Kelvin. T maximum is how much? 200 degrees Celsius or 473 Kelvin. So 1 minus 253 by 473, it's equal to W net by heat received. Q supplied is 90 kilojoule. 220 into 90 divided by 473. Then from here 11 into 20, then 43, then 43. If we will take this one 45, then 45 into 2, how much you will get? 45. So you will get 40 kilojoule. You took here 45. So this answer should be greater than 40 kilojoule. 40 kilojoule. Next is C. Yes. C is your correct answer. Approximately 40 kilojoule, 41.86 kilojoule is your exact answer. Without calculator, you have to take approximate value. Next question, for an irreversible thermodynamic cycle. So Clausius inequality we will use here. Cyclic integral of dq by t less than equal to 0. For reversible, cyclic integral of dq by t it's equal to 0, and for irreversible, cyclic integral of dq by t is less than equal to 0, and for impossible, dq by t cyclic integral it's not equal to, it's greater than 0. This one for impossible cycle. So they asked here for irreversible cycle, this one cyclic integral of dq by t is less than equal to 0. This one for reversible, next cycle is reversible if and only a dq by t cyclic integral it's equal to 0. Next question, Carnot cycle efficiency can be increased by, already discussed, Carnot cycle efficiency is equal to 1 minus T minimum by T maximum. To reduce, you have to increase efficiency. So if you want to increase efficiency, then this term you have to reduce. This term you have to reduce means either T minimum it should reduce or T maximum it should increase. So from option we will check increasing exhaust temperature, increasing higher temperature, T maximum if you increase, decreasing higher temperature, no, changing the working fluid, it's independent of working fluid, reversible cycle. So B is your correct answer. Next question, which of the following represents entropy for a reversible process? And we know dq by t it's less than equal to ds for a process. If you want to remove less than equal to sign, you have to add something. So dq by t plus ds generation it's equal to ds, reversible process. So this is your equation for entropy. And ds generated is your entropy generated in that process. dq by t less than equal to ds, reversible and irreversible. In reversible, entropy generated it's equal to 0. So dq by t it's equal to ds. And in case of irreversible, entropy generated it's not equal to 0. So dq by t it's less than equal to ds. So from option we will check. This is a reversible process. So this one dq by t it's equal to ds. From option we will check. C is your correct answer. Next question, the area under a curve on TS diagram, reversible process, area under TS diagram, heat transfer, but reversible process is not available. So we will check all the options first, then we will answer. Enthalpy transfer, no. Heat transfer during a reversible process, yes. C is your correct answer. Next question, how the temperature of sink changes in Carnot engine when the working substance gives heat to sink? Sink and source both are having infinite temperature will remain unchanged. From option remains the same. A is your correct answer. Infinite heat capacity. Kelvin-Planck statement. Kelvin conversion of work into heat, conversion of energy into work, conversion of heat into work. C is your correct answer. In this question, sink and source both are having infinite heat capacity. If you add heat or if you subtract heat, then also its temperature will remain unchanged. And Kelvin-Planck statement, 100% efficiency not possible. Efficiency equal to 100% not possible. Clausius statement, COP is equal to infinite not possible. Next question, Clausius statement of second law of thermodynamics. Clausius state COP infinite not possible. It's impossible to transfer heat from a body at lower temperature to a body at higher temperature without the aid of an external source. Yes, this one is correct. This one is the correct definition of Clausius statement. The next one also you can check. It's possible to transfer heat from a body at lower temperature to a body at higher temperature without any external aid. It's possible. Source of infinite heat capacity. It's impossible to construct an engine working on a cyclic process whose sole purpose is to convert all heat supplied to into equivalent amount of work. It is impossible. This one, Kelvin-Planck statement. Kelvin-Planck statement. 100% transfer of heat into work is not possible. Kelvin-Planck statement of second law of thermodynamics states that it's impossible to construct a device which, while working in a cycle, produces no effect other than transfer of heat from a colder body to hotter body. It's impossible to construct an engine working in a cyclic process whose sole purpose to extract heat from a single reservoir and convert it to equivalent amount of work. Yes. B is the definition of Kelvin-Planck statement. Material science question. ISRO technical assistant. This material is used for producing laser from option Ruby. B is your correct answer. In 18 by 8 steel, what is the percentage of chromium? It's alloy steel. This one chromium percentage, this one nickel percentage. And chromium increases your hardenability. Then your wear resistance, then your corrosion resistance, nickel increases your toughness, impact strength, in this question, what is the percentage of chromium? So 18. A is your correct answer. Brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. Cartridge brass, copper 70% and is your zinc 30%. Munch metal 60% copper, 40% zinc, and your naval brass 59% copper, 40% zinc, and plus tin 1%. So from option, brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. A is your correct answer. Then this one also important, bronze. Then your gunmetal, bronze is an alloy of copper and tin, and your gunmetal, copper, tin plus zinc. Bronze, this one gunmetal. Next question, the unique property of cast iron. Cast iron is a brittle material. It's having very good compressive strength. Malleability, no. Ductility, no. Surface finish also, no. Yes. It's having high brittleness. D is your correct answer. Next question, steel with carbon below 0.8% is called as steel with below 0.8% carbon. So 723 degrees Celsius. Here T1. Sorry, this one A1. Lowest critical temperature or lower critical temperature. Here you will get this point 0.8% carbon, eutected point at 723 degrees Celsius 0.8% carbon, eutected point. Here conversion of austenite to ferrite, alpha ferrite plus Fe3C cementite. Ferrite plus cementite you will get pearlite, you will get alpha ferrite plus cementite, you will get pearlite. Or let alternate lamina of ferrite and cementite. So below 0.8% carbon. So this side you will get hypo, this right towards right side you will get hypo eutected, because this point is eutected point at 0.8% carbon. Hypo eutected steel up to 2.1% carbon you will get steel, and beyond 2.1% you will get cast iron. This one hyper eutected up to 0.8 to 2.1%. Eutected steel. So in this question what they asked, less than 0.8%. So you will get hypo eutected steel. Eutected steel you will get at 0.8% carbon, 723 degrees Celsius. And hypo eutected steel you will get less than 0.8% carbon, 723 degrees Celsius. Austenite is your gamma. Hyper eutected steel is 0.8%. Hyper less than 2.1% carbon. It's in between 0.8% carbon to 2.1% carbon. Babbitt metal. Babbitt metal is an alloy of Babbitt, either lead base or tin base. So from option we will check lead and tin. A is your correct answer. If you will take lead base Babbitt, then highest composition you will get lead. Then if you will take tin base Babbitt metal, then maximum percentage is tin percentage. Then next one, the process of formation of new grains on heating metals is called as formation of new grains. A is your correct answer, recrystallization. Next question, the ability of metal to resist softening at higher temperature. To resist softening at higher temperature. Creep, hot hardness. Yes, C is your correct answer. This is the end of this part of video. Thank you friends. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.